Brad, we got some Indiana basketball news as well. We talked about 7-3 center Luigi Ciugo visiting campus this week from last week. He was on campus today. So official visits are already coming in for the class of 2026 for basketball. We got a commitment in the class of 2025, actually. So for this incoming class, I believe it was Aleksa Ristic.
Aleksa Ristic. 6'4" guard. I haven't watched any film on him, so I can't say anything.
He's a big boy. 6'4", 200.
I just like the idea of bringing in a 20-year-old freshman who's played professional European ball. Bring him into the program. Iron sharpens iron. Like, very common theme. Like, these roles are not defined, really, besides Bailey, DeVries, and Dayton Connerway, and then probably Lamar Wilkerson at the 2. Everything else is really up in the air. I'm hearing Josiah Miles is shooting the ball really well. However, watch out for Nick Dorn to get that, 5th starter spot. I think it's between Dorn and Josiah Miles, so we'll see what happens. And obviously, finally, the size that we've been begging for with Luigi, big fella, 7'3".
Well, he didn't commit. He took an official visit.
Yeah,
he was on.
Yeah,
on
exactly.
campus.
And I imagine he will likely commit soon. I'm gonna just throw that out there. Can I say that? Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, why not? We don't have any inside information. Like, we're not. You're just shooting from the hip.
I don't want to break. I don't want to break any rules here. Well, as much
we don't have any rules. Like, it's. Yeah. I would say this: if you were told by if you had a source, and it was some sort of inclination of, but no, you're just making a prediction. Shoot from the hip.
Using just time. It's June. You should probably commit once he visits, and that's probably what he should do, just personally. Yeah. John says if we need to cheat, Sig learned from Saban. So yeah, honestly, yeah, hell yeah. And then why do you think Benson left Colorado to come back to Bloomington? To be honest, I don't know.
I think he just compared Ristic to Randy Whitman. You went back to the Benson question.
Well, I don't know who that is. Isn't that the guy that sings I Love LA? No, it's Randy Newman.
No, Randy Whitman was a coach for somebody for a while.
Randy
for the last.
Whitman.
That's too funny, John.
John's this big goofball, I don't know who Randy Whitman is. I can't even acknowledge.
Was he the coach of the Jazz? He was the coach of somebody.
Oh no! I mean, he probably watched him play.
He played in he played in the league.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it's
the Wizards.
Is that a compliment?
The
81 champ team. There we go. Yeah, total compliment. Yeah, Randy Whitman back in the day, 81 champ. That had to be Celtics, right? 81.
No, NCAA champ.
Coach for the Cavs. Very nice. Why did Benson leave Colorado? I don't know. Probably wanted to win or something. Something had to do with that. Anyways.
Yeah, my guess is Indiana provided a better opportunity.
So we got and more guards for days, and got a 7'3" guy on the way. Give us a Randy Newman. I love LA every time. SoCal hot sauce. Duh. I love LA. We love it. Yeah, go Dodgers.
Super sidebar.
Super duper sidebar.
Super sidebar. JJ Spawn, who won the US Open this week, just talking about playing in a tournament a pro-am with Mookie Betts, and he called Mookie Betts his all-time favorite Dodger, and it just broke my heart.
Shout out JJ Spawn. He recently became my favorite golfer over the weekend. Winning the US Open on a 60-foot putt.
60
game winner. Probably didn't even need to make it really, but just cleared all doubts type putt. And Dodger fan, LA kid, gotta love it. He's my new favorite. Him and Morikawa, the two LA guys on tour, are my two favorites.
Dude, I'm so deep in golf TikTok right now. I could go for hours about this, so we have to change this. We have to change the topic. But Indiana, I don't know if this was on the schedule already or if this just got announced kind of in the last couple of weeks or last week, but Inside the Hall, I saw a tweet this out. Indiana's going to play Louisville at Gainbridge Fieldhouse obviously in Indianapolis on December 6th at 2 p.m. That is 7 days before they play Kentucky. And I think I'm like looking at this. I looked at it like 2 or 3 times before I wrote it down. Now I'm looking at it again. It just almost doesn't seem right, but they have a Louisville non-con a week before they play Kentucky.
Yeah. Okay. So let's remember season 5 when we talked about basketball for the first time, because I had to spew about that performance against Louisville in the Bahamas. Remember that?
Yes.
Remember that game?
Yes, I do.
How bad they were? I don't think we should judge this team until that Louisville game happens. And then we can kind of see the differences in terms of competing, right? Because I think a big issue with that game was just the lack of fight, the lack of compete, the lack of care, the lack of a lot of things that are important in basketball. And yeah, I think getting that gauge before we go to Kentucky is huge. And yeah, looking forward to that. Well, we should be playing Louisville and Kentucky and Notre Dame and Butler every year, honestly.
I agree. And John, I promise you I'm doing a Randy Whitman deep dive this week. I feel like the fact that he was on the 81 Indiana championship team and like we didn't know that, not great. So I'll own it. I'll own that.
I'll live. I want to win a championship this century.
No, I'm with you, but just like honor your history. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, no, I know. As a historian, I can respect that. So I'll crunch some Randy Whitman tape later.